Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you've chosen to hang out with me today. This summer, my family took a road trip to New York, and of course I brought my camera, so I'm just gonna edit some of those pictures today. I'm making this video for a couple reasons. One, because I think it's super cool to just hang out and edit pictures, but it's also a good practice for me. I get into a really bad habit of, oh, why would I share these pictures? They're not the best pictures I've ever taken, and these aren't the best pictures I'll ever take in my life. I'm still a learning photographer, but I also love photography and want to just share what I've made. And so even though my editing may not be great, these photos may not be the best I've ever taken or the best you've ever seen, I also just want to be honest and say, this is where I'm at right now, and I can't wait to grow. And I could turn this into a series and watch myself grow through photography and learn the ropes and this and that, and hopefully encourage you to learn yourself. So without further ado, let's edit some photos. Okay, so I just went through all of the pictures and rated them with the star scale you can do in Lightroom. And so what I like to do is just label them like 3, 4, 5 stars, whatever. And then I go to the filter and do rated. So I only go and edit the ones that I rated 4 stars and above. This first one is in a hotel in Cincinnati, and I really like the way that the light was hitting the couch. I'm really into warm tones right now. It's also like got like this really nice grain on it. Ooh, I like that. Beautiful. There's this old like haunted mansion looking house down there that was really cool, and apparently it was owned by the guy who invented the machine gun. I don't know what that was about, but the house was pretty sick. What's interesting about this is we were walking down the sidewalk and I kept stopping to take pictures. And so I would get like kind of behind, but I also am learning to take my time with photography, because when you shoot on digital, it's super tempting to just go click, 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 where my favorite photos are always film photography, where you have to really like stop, take a deep breath, decide what you're gonna do like all this stuff. And so I'm really trying to not take 100 pictures of everything and really be like, okay, this is what I want. Okay, cool, let's move on. I really like this picture because this little area was super cool. They had a ton of restaurants in storage containers. So this is the before and that's the after. I really like the way these lights are popping in the edited version. So we're downtown, we have dinner, all this, it's great. But then this monstrous storm rolls in, okay? Here's Newport on the Levee sign again, but during the storm. And I like, I don't know if I like that one better. Framing on this one is straighter, but there's like this really cool bus stop right here. Hold on. Oh, hold the phone. Hold on. This is why you shoot in RAW, kids. You guys are learning about this stuff just as I am learning. Oh, these lines are so hard to read. All right, there we go. Sure. Now you can see how perfectionistic I am about this sort of thing. Like, oh my goodness. Is that better? So moving on away from Cincinnati, we got to New York. We were there to visit my great aunt, and she's so cool. She's so awesome. So when you think New York, you think the first thought is like, oh, New York City, the Big Apple, like gonna go see Spider-Man, like that kind of thing. No, we were in upstate New York, which is like mountains. I really, really love like ethereal photography and like this weird like, oh, like what, like, you know, the liminal spaces of like those abandoned water parks, like that kind of, like, that's my favorite. And this is the room I was staying in. Got out my wide lens and I'm like, just put up the flash and went boom. What I didn't realize is that the mirror would reflect that, and now it's like there's this super cool reflection right here from the mirror. And so this is one of my favorite pictures I took. I love my Annalene because she can fit in with any crowd and can like talk to anybody, and like the entire time we were there she was just talking to anyone, everyone and anyone, and was super nice to everyone. She's so sweet. She's so funny. She also had this gorgeous backyard. That's us eating pizza out there. And it's funny because in the picture, no one looks like they're having a good time. I promise we were having fun. I really like this because the shadows on the sunset, but also there's a lot of green right here. Warm it up. Let me see that sunset. I really like the green right here. We're back to some of the flash photography that I took inside her house, which is super cool. Her house is super cool, full of so many stories and memories. It's so ethereal, especially with like the happy birthday stuff. Super cool. I took a picture of this little swing at 2 angles. I think I like the second one better. Yeah. I like this one better. The light hits it a lot better. Here we are at Niagara Falls. Some of these pictures may be a little postcardy, but it's really easy to make fun of tourists and be like, oh, that's so touristy and dumb, until you're there and you're like, oh, it's touristy for a reason. This place is dope. There's Niagara Falls. This sky is way more properly exposed than the ones in Cincinnati, so that's a pro. Also, dude, warming up the temperature on these photos of water. Ooh, I like that a lot. This is interesting. I really like this one because like there was this weird like lookout thing on the bottom of the falls that I didn't know existed. But there's also like, if you look closely, there's like a rainbow right here, which, you know, I wanted to taste the rainbow, but I think the most American thing I've ever seen is America being like, oh, but the waterfall's on our side. We can't see it from our side, but it's ours. I'm just very back and forth on some of these photos. I'm very like, I don't know, it's whatever, like, yeah. Which I think is very common when you edit your own photos, but it's very easy for me to be critical of myself outside of other people's work. Where so if someone posted this picture on Instagram, I'd be like, oh, that's so cute. I love it. Like, I wouldn't think twice about it. But since I'm the one making it, it's like, oh my gosh, this is garbage. It's so horrible. I hate it so much. Little Venom action. That's awesome. This one's not bad. I really like it makes me feel small, you know? Like I'm a little ant looking up at the world and this is just a little rock. But no, it's a big rock and I'm a human, and a large one at that. We climbed down, we had like these rock formations that you could like climb down into. It was super cool. It just didn't feel super safe, but that's okay. Sometimes you have to do adventurous things. The angle on this one is so weird. Like, I'm trying to figure out what I'm looking at here. This was on the way back. We stopped at Lake Erie just for a minute to see it because Lake Erie is dope. I also had this really funny picture of this guy with a metal detector in the water. Maybe he was looking for the lost city of Atlantis. You know how guys are. They just kind of go look for stuff in the water with metal detectors. So, I don't know. He was being a Chad. Some of these other ones are a little too empty or a little too blurry. But this one has the water and the sky and the birds and the clouds and the boat. There's another little boat there. I like it. So that's all the photos I took on my trip. I really hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you for joining me. I'm really trying to get over this hurdle of thinking that like content has to be like the best thing I've ever made for it to be shareable. And it's really not true because I'm just trying to learn through this. And so some of these photos aren't that good. They're really not. And editing photos isn't really my strong suit. But I really want to learn through it, and I really want to document that and share that and just be like, hey, I'm not perfect and that's okay. And you don't have to share perfect content only. Like, this is me learning how to edit photos. So I'm really encouraging you to do the same. If you feel like your photos or your videos or whatever aren't good enough, you're not gonna get better if you don't try. So just put out whatever you have and be like, hey, I'm learning, I'm gonna get there. ask for advice, ask for feedback. If you have any feedback on these photos, please let me know. Any tricks for Lightroom, this and that, how to expose, like anything. I'm totally open to criticism and advice. I want to grow through this, and I want to be honest, and I want to say, hey, I'm learning how to do this. Come hang out with me so we can learn together. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give a like, subscribe for more. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this, and I will see you next time. Bye.